Good evening, ladies. And I'm glad we've had this good time together in this change class. And I hope you've learned something to apply personally and also kind of scientifically through social science about what change is all about. This is a little tutorial about the final paper. And I've decided to shift it a little bit because I think it'll be useful to you. What I'd like you to do is in your final paper, restate your three assessments: your neighborhood assessment, your personal assessment, and your social change assessment in literary form. You've done PowerPoints and presentations already. Now I want you to turn this into a paper. So your paper would have three sections. Essentially what you can do is use the PowerPoint as an outline and then write out in paragraph form, APA standard, good grammar, well written in paragraphs, and good cogent sentences, these three sections. You should have an introduction to each one of the sections and a little conclusion to each one of the sections. The introduction, essentially what you're going to talk about; the conclusion, summarizing what your whole neighborhood assessment is, for instance, and then your personal change assessment, and then your social change assessment. The bookends to this would be, on one side, you would have an introduction about change in general, where you can bring in different kinds of change theories that are out there, things you have from your reading that struck you, but about change in general. And your conclusion should be a summary of change as you've applied it to all three of these assessments. And then I encourage you to apply it to your life in certain kinds of ways that you find appropriate. Now, how long should this paper be? Well, a good solid final paper in this course would be 12 to 15 pages is what I'm looking for. So think about an introduction of 1 page, a conclusion of 1 page, and then in between your three sections, probably 4 pages a piece or something like that. Now, what else am I looking for in this? I'd like you then to integrate into your paper the readings that you have from the course, or responses you've had from the PowerPoints, or from the various TED Talks in the course. Integrate them along the way. This is what I'd like to see, this integrated paper of your three assessment that brings together the rest of the knowledge you've learned from this course. So it doesn't require you all of a sudden to go look all sorts of other places for new information. I'd really like you to focus in and bring what you've done here to a nice, robust conclusion. Now, when you're using sources, make sure you use APA standard. APA, American Psychological Association, which means you need in-text citing as well as a reference page at the end. If you wish to include the charts from your PowerPoint, do them in the appendix, not in the text itself. And then you would reference your charts in the appendix. For instance, if you wanted to put in your SWOTs or charts, you're more than welcome to do so. But I don't want them used as a chart and a buffer in the actual paper itself. So I'll be looking for a running text paper of about 12 to 15 pages, reference page, and then appendices. Along the way here, if you want to ask questions or email me or so on, I'm going to be more than available for you on the email in these last little bits of the course. Now, as far as next week goes, for a final collaborative session, you don't need to restate your paper or anything we've done in the previous. What I'd like you to do is discuss things you've taken away that have been meaningful to you in the course. So make some personal notes about things that have struck you, perhaps from one of the 6 change theories or a few of those, or maybe the dramaturgical analysis, strain theory, culture, consumerism, SWOT, or whatever the case might be. ZAP. If ZAP hits you as a great method. I'd like you next week to talk about takeaways for you from this course. So it should be probably about 5 to 7 minutes for you to discuss this, and we'll leave it kind of an open floor. Each person goes, and then we all react and respond to what you have to say. All right, so that's the way we're going to close out the course, with your final paper and with your final presentation. Have a great day.